In this video, we're going to drive the AFEELA prototype 2024 around Nurburgring Nordschleife for our NNTT contractual obligations. But before we drive the car, we have to figure out how much horsepower and how much it weighs. As you can see, the game doesn't tell us that, which is strange. So let's see if we can figure out how much horsepower it has to start. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort by power. Right, gonna scroll down until we get to our car. So if we look here, we can tell that it has between 483 horsepower on the high end and 478 horsepower on the low end. So what we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna hop into a different car, specifically one that can either already has a racing computer or one that has a power restrictor. So we're gonna hop into 919, go into settings, and we are going to drop the power. So that gives us 479. It's 478. I like 479 better. And then go back to change car. We're gonna change it to the proper view so we can scroll down faster. Also, all of our liveries loaded up, so we'll be able to scroll faster. We'll have to wait for everything to load up. So now that we see that the 919 is below the AFEELA, so that means it has at least 479 horsepower. Now see, this is where it gets tricky. You got to do a bunch of finagling, but you can eventually get to how much power it has. I also forgot that you can sort by specific engine powers. So like this is all of our cars between 400 and 500 horsepower. I forgot you could do that. That would make this process a whole lot faster. We have managed to narrow down the window. We can see that the AFEELA is between the Porsche 919 with 483 horsepower and the Lexus RCF, which is at 482 horsepower. Now, after the horsepower, the cars, from what I can see, are sorted by manufacturer. So since AFEELA is above Lexus, we can safely assume that this car has 482 horsepower. Alright, so the weight of this car is actually going to be really tricky. On the high end, it could be 5,633 pounds. On the low end, it could be 5,117 pounds. And with ballast, it's going to be really hard to try to narrow it down, but we're going to try. So we actually got a lot closer than I thought we would. Using these two Toyota Alphards, we can see that the weight of the AFEELA is between 5,179 pounds and 5,181 pounds. Just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to call it 5,180. Okay? There you go. Thank you for coming to my Tussle Talks. Enjoy the lap. So, here we are, the AFEELA prototype, Nurburgring Nordschleife. See how this goes. Now, thanks to our research, we have established that this bitch is heavy. So we're definitely going to have to be extremely careful around corners, braking extremely early. I'm assuming, at least. You know, cars weighing over 5,000 pounds, it's like they're not going to stop that easily. You know what I mean? And I gotta say, so far this car feels just right on comfort softs. You know, you can always tell when a car isn't like, it's not really balanced all that well. Like driving on comfort softs, it kind of enhances isn't the right word, but like it magnifies its shortcomings. You know, you can put certain supercars on comfort softs and they'll still perform very well. But other supercars, they whatever their issues are, they're magnified when you put them on comfort softs. This car, even though it's heavy, it still feels, I don't want to say nimble, but you don't really feel how heavy it is. I know it's a prototype, so I don't know if it's like, you know, some secret trickery going on to give it better control, but yeah, I gotta say it's not bad. We got nice stability coming out of corners. The chassis is 4-wheel drive, and it's got let me check the fact sheet. We confirmed it has 482 horsepower. The game thinks that they're not telling us how much horsepower a car has, but we have ways. You know what I mean? They can't hide that information from us. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so generally with 4-wheel drive cars, well, maybe not generally, I'll say for 4-wheel drive electric cars, especially those with higher horsepower, you get that dreaded throttle understeer. But maybe it's just because this car isn't powerful enough to create wheel spin. I'm not feeling that here. Also, compared to other electric cars, I just realized this thing is really quiet. This thing is super quiet. Like, usually it's like electric cars, you'll get that, you know, like a slight hum. And your supercars, they like kind of fucking screech at you. But this one, it's really quiet. You can hear it more from the inside. Could have went faster around there. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When they announced the 3 cars for the most recent update, I wasn't really impressed. But I do have to understand that Gran Turismo, you know, it's not just a racing game. Like it's a racing game that's trying to, you know, break molds in the automotive world. And I could be like talking out of my booty hole when I talk about this, but like I don't know if, I think they did, but I don't know if Sony or PD had any, you know, input with this car. I believe they did, but that's me not doing research on the matter. I apologize. You know, we all can't be Road Beef. Road Beef, he'd be able to tell you the entire history of this car, how it came to be, all kinds of facts about this car and any car in this game. But yeah, GTs, they're also about, you know, creating new concepts, you know, with the VGT program, which, you know, there's another video on that on my channel. Well, not a video on it, but, you know, part of this update, we also got the Skoda VGT. not gonna say anything about that, but yeah, if you look at VGT cars, you know, it gives manufacturers, you know, the freedom to basically create whatever they want. And, you know, in a few cases, those cars actually have become, you know, real life cars. You know, the best example is the McLaren Solus. That used to be the McLaren VGT. But we're not talking about VGTs, we're talking about this AFEELA. I'm gonna say something, and I know this pun has been overused a lot, but I'm still gonna do it. But AFEELA pretty good in this car. No, seriously though, it's a nice, like, mid-range vehicle. Like, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Like, on paper, it's heavy, but driving it, it doesn't feel like it. See how it handles this final sector in Repo Corner. Call this Repo Corner right here. Oh shit. Made a little bit of a boo-boo. But overall, that was a pretty clean lap, I gotta admit. There you go, the AFEELA Prototype 2024. 7:56, sub 8 minutes. That's pretty good. I got nothing to say. I'm out.